She's got an apple in her mouth. Did you find the apples? Look at you girls! Oh my gosh, you're at the apple farm! Guess what we're doing today? Oh my goodness, she's like, I'm ready. Let's go. Today, you guys, we are taking the dogs to the apple farm to get some apples so we can make some dog treats. What do you think? You want to make some treats? Well, first we gotta go to the apple farm and get some apples. Let's load up and go. Oh my goodness, we are loaded up. Ma'am, get in the back. We had to stop and get gas, and now we're headed to the apple farm. What do you think, Memphis? She's like, I'm just happy to be in the Jeep again. We made it, Memphis. What do you think? This is like, whoa, look at all the apples on the ground. We don't want the apples off the ground. We're gonna get some apples that aren't on the ground. The other girls are like, whoa, there's so many apple trees in here.
They're all on the ground.
I know, look at all the apples on the ground. Kira's like, oh, I'm eating these apples. She's like, I found one. It's on the ground. It's free, it's free. It's free apple, it's on the ground.
Yeah, they're
Did you find one too? She's got an apple in her mouth. Did you find the apples? Look at you girls! Oh my gosh, you're at the apple farm! What do you think? Should we buy some apples and take some home and make some apple treats?
Yeah, maybe we should find some good apples here.
Yeah, well, we're gonna go inside and get some apples. That's what we're gonna do. We won't make you pick them on your own. Eleanor's like, whoa, so many apples! Did you find an apple under there? It's like apple heaven!
You want a little apple?
What? Oh
Too big?
My goodness!
How about just a piece?
She's like, I would take a piece of apple, please. Yes!
Eleanor.
Yes! Memphis is like, me too. Oh, good stuff. Yes! All right, let's go get some apples for treats. They're like, yeah,
No, I just let you have a taste.
We got apples right here. Check it out.
And
There's
some more.
apples right here. Oh, she figured it out. Good stuff, huh? What do you think, ma'am?
Would you like a bite?
That one might be too sour for me.
Yeah.
All right, girls, we're gonna go inside and get some apples for your treats. So the dogs can't go inside, but we're gonna go inside here and get some stuff. Inside the apple farm. Pick some stuff and head on home. They always have such good stuff. Oh, I think I need that. They press the ciders right in there. This is actually an antique cider mill press. So you put the apples in there and spin it and it would put the juice out. All right, we're here to get our stuff. We ordered over there. Now we're picking up our stuff over here. All right, we're leaving the apple farm. There's so many people here. So many trees. Let's go home and make some treats. We're back from the apple farm and it is time to make...
Check it out. We brought some home.
Apple chips for the dogs. What do you think?
Oh, you're sneaking over there.
Kira's like, I'm gonna take this whole bag of apples.
Yeah.
This whole bag of apples will be mine. So for this recipe, you will need a dehydrator. I will put an Amazon affiliate link for this down in the video description below. We've used this a few times. This one's really nice. And then, of course, you need apples. Oh, that's your apple now? What do you think? Here, would you like some? And you can use whatever apples you would like. It really doesn't matter. We ended up with Honey Crisp because that's what they had left. So we're gonna need a nice big bowl that we're gonna fill with water. To this bowl of water, we're gonna add a little bit of lemon juice. This is basically gonna make it so the apples don't turn brown. You don't care if the apples turn brown though, do you? She's like, no, just give me an apple. Now we're gonna take this really cool apple peeler, which if you don't have one of these, you can just peel your apples, core them, and slice them into rings. But this pretty much does that process for us. Oh. Show the accordion apple. Check that out. Oh man, freebies! No.
She's like,
right,
I won't eat it.
She better get at least a bite.
Yeah.
Eleanor's like, yes.
You can have a piece.
Yes.
And I don't think I left a piece down there for you.
She didn't grab one. Good stuff?
Yeah, you can chew that. Get you that piece.
All right, we're gonna make you some apples. So now we have our peeled and cored apple. We're literally just gonna take a knife and go, oh, look at that, one-handed. And now we have apple rings. And we're gonna take these apple rings because we've gotta make a lot of them, and we're gonna put them in that lemon juice water. Look at Memphis is like, oh my gosh. Oh, you see it. And there's a little Kira nose over there. Oh, hi, Eleanor. Don't drink that water. You won't like it. It's got lemons in it. She's like, don't tell me what to do. So we are going to continue to cut up a whole bunch of apples, and maybe the dogs can get some apple noodles. Let me see if I can steal some. Are you waiting for your noodles? She's like, I am waiting. They're all gonna go at the same time, so be careful. Did you get some? Memphis want an apple noodle?
Would you bite that one? Thank you.
Oh, we gotta see Memphis. Oh. Yes, apple noodles.
Boing.
Good stuff, huh? Eleanor's like, maybe a little bit more for me? All right, let's keep making the apple chips. That's a big bowl of apples, huh, Memphis? We got our bowl of apples, last one to cut, and we're gonna layer them on the rack. Now we're gonna take the rack from the dehydrator, which we have 10 racks we need to fill, and we are just going to start placing our apple rings on the rack. Ma'am, you cannot steal any of those. We're trying to make apple chips, ma'am. Yeah, we're trying to make apple chips. I know, you're so excited, but you gotta wait. So we're gonna go ahead and fill this up. We have one full rack. We are going to do 5 racks like this that will be specifically for the dogs. And then we're gonna do 5 racks for us and show you guys how we make them when we make them for us. So this next step is optional. Like I said, the ones we're making for the dogs, is that tasty? Is that good stuff? The ones we're making for the dogs can be eaten by people, but if you want to make the ones that you guys are going to eat a little extra special, you need some cinnamon and some sugar. I advise when you do this, put something underneath your trays, and then we're just going to sprinkle some cinnamon on apples. Measure it with your heart. And then, same thing with the sugar. Sprinkle it on. Measure with your heart. If you use really, really sweet apples, you don't even have to use the sugar. These will be for us. So we're gonna go ahead and preheat the dehydrator a little bit. We are going to set this at 145 degrees, and the apples are gonna go for at least 6 hours, possibly up to 12 hours, but we'll see what they look like after 6 hours. You coming to check on your apples? Apples are in the dehydrator. All right, it's gonna take a while, but they'll be delicious. So while we are waiting for the apples to be done, this is the perfect time to remind you guys that if you are new to the channel, you should click that subscribe button, click that bell to turn on all notifications, and if you would like to see many of the other dog treat videos that we have done, there will be links down in the video description below and at the end of this video. How do you know I have apples in my hand? Just about done. You can see how much smaller they got. To tell if they're done, basically if you pick them up and you squeeze them, if no liquid comes out, they're pretty much done. Now you can leave them in to make them a little crunchier if you want, or a little chewier. I'm gonna put these back in for just a little bit and then let them cool so the dogs can try them. Ooh, they're all done. We've let them cool. The dogs are like, we would love to try some of those, please. I keep them in an airtight container. You can also use a Ziploc bag. They will stay good in your fridge for a couple of weeks. Are you ready to try them? You know what? Since you're right here, crunch factor. That's a pretty good crunch factor. How about you? Ready, Memphis? Pretty good crunch factor? Another piece? You're the best chewer. What do you girls think? Is that a win? If you would like to see more of our treat videos, there will be some links down in the video description below and up here on the screen. As always, thanks so much for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Stay positive, dream big, and we will see you again soon. Let us know down in the comments, what do you want to see us make next? Say goodbye, audience. I know you want more apple treats. There's more. We just can't eat them all at once.